Also, I'm cutting the recording there because of obvious reasons. Where's a good intense song? This one? No, this is too aggressive. Do I have to tell you? I was honest with you, D. Yeah, but you fucked over my life. Like, that was a one-way street. Oh, fuck, she's right. I leaned forward, resting my head on my palm, in the palm of my hand, and sighing, making sure that neither Liz or little Damien are in earshot, or anyone else for that matter. Okay, we're good. Okay, fuck yeah. You know those walks I've been taking around the city? Concern starts to cross her face. She nods. They're going to some of the random slums again to the street balls, I... D, what the hell? That's fucking dangerous. I know. It's just the beginning, though. I found the place where I can go. I love the implication he's done this more than once. That it wasn't just the one fight we saw. I know. It was just the beginning. I found a place where I can go and do it relatively safely. Listen, I'm not going to tell you where it is. It doesn't have a name. But it's got rules to keep me from dying. And I got to deal with the boss to keep me from getting too fucked up. It's something I got to do, okay? You seen me. When I get into those nasty fucking moods, it helps me feel better. It keeps my head clear. Please don't tell the others. I'm begging you. You worrying about me is bad enough. I don't need the whole crew doing it, okay? She hesitates, wringing her hands in her lap before she looks back up at me nervously, gently nodding. Okay, there. Promise me, okay? Olivia, look at me. Promise. I promise I won't say anything. I lean back in my chair, smiling at her. She returns it nervously. Man, she's gotta be thinking about that shit constantly now. Thanks. Hurry now, huh? I jabbed my thumb at Liz. What? Oh, come on. She's geeking on him out, haven't you noticed? I guess you're right. Didn't really think of it that way. Shit. The way she's trying to split us up, it's like I was thinking she was setting us up for a double date. Her eyes wide at that. Crimson immediately flushing across her face as she stares at me. Instead of recording away in embarrassment like I expect, she leans forward slightly, her tail wagging back and forth gently. You think so? That's not what I was expecting. I feel a subtle heat drift up to my face before I lean back, chuckling awkwardly. Rap the fucking Jesus fucking Christ. I haven't felt this stuttery and dumb in a while. Yeah, it looks kind of funny. Because we're going to the gym every day, do this shit together, so I guess this kind of look like what they... Something whips around and clobbers me across the back, calls me to jolt with a grunt. Thankfully, it also knocks the stupid out of me. I look at Olivia as she grabs her tail and clutches it against it tightly, blushing like a fool. Crap, sorry. I would also like to point out that when Ophinia gets invited over to the, Don't worry, they won't call her Ophinia the whole time. Damien gets up the nickname Finn, or Finny, which works a hell of a lot better now that I think about it. But when he invites her, there is definitely the sense of Liz going like, Jesus fucking Christ, Damien. Their relationship does play a bit more of a central role, in that she is under more stress because of the whole Ophinia thing already, and Damien is kind of an idiot, so... You know, that's on the rocks, and it's definitely going to be an E1 for Inko and Olivia for a variety of reasons. Ophinia's not stupid, but she is like, what do you want from me, right? Some of you want me to come, some of you want me to leave. I'm gonna go sip my cup in the corner, like a fifth wheel. And Damien's like, why is she so sad? Liv, what happened? I thought we were friends. Hey, Inko, are you familiar with the fallacy of nerds' friendships? Actually, I think I am. She lets her fall onto the floor and sweeps her hand over her face, rubbing the red away. She gives her an awkward chuckle. She looks at me, finally back to normal. Yeah, I had a fun day today. It's been a long time since I've done anything normal like this, too. Seeing this place, it's, nice. I nod solemnly. I hereby pronounce you Olivia and main character. Fucknuts or whatever his name is said they renovated it. Is that true? I think they changed the wallpaper, but other than that, nah, still the same. You know what has changed? What? The people here. Yeah, I think I get that. I bet this place used to be fucking crazy. She nods wistfully and looks back at the arcade machine. Back then, every machine was crowded. It was a lot louder. And then there's this, Electricity? Yeah, electricity! Like when you and fucknuts were playing that game. Yeah, it was like that, but more, like way more. Like, imagine that, but across the entire building. I really didn't have to think that hard. The bits are exactly like that. She suddenly deflates with a heavy sigh, throwing him completely back around. Now it's just, empty. Like everything else. Actually, since it's a public social space, they'd probably keep the machines free. And they'd, like, pretend to charge more for the food. How would they do that without it? Like, how would you do that, right? You're a bunch of space commies, and you don't want to charge people money because you think it's unethical to charge for food or public spaces because socialization is a need for as far as you're concerned. So it's like, how do I charge these capitalist swines the disgusting money without breaching my ethics or being suspicious about it? Ugh. Because as far as the Earth government knows, as far as people know, it's like they do trade too. It's like Traveler, but it's not at all. They're pretending so that these people feel good about themselves. It's a hell of a fucking talk to have, I imagine, to tell people, like, listen, we don't have scarcity. Like, the economy as you conceptualize it does not work. Our government is kind of run by a bunch of tyrants, dictators, autocrats. But they're, like, good autocrats. It's the successful version. So, you can't do any of that. Sorry. You're going to have to close. You can have a mom and pop business, but it's like a thing you do for fun. Not like a thing you do for financial gain. Because there's no finances. Or gain, really. And it's such a long talk to have, too. Because it's like, okay, but then how do you handle space constraints? How do you decide who gets to open their mom and pop store? What if there's too many of that mom and pop store already? Do you have to sounds like such a fucking headache, man. Jesus. I can see why that's not what they open with. That's important, but later. Jesus. I like how Traveler does have a fun economic system. Well, social system, I guess. It has a social score, which is used for a variety of social situations as well. And it also determines like how much money you have to pay to stay up to date. Hold up, let me pull up the book. I might as well. I haven't done a good distraction this time. Traveler. Shit, it's out of my recents. I have to open the file myself. I have to use my big meaty hands for this one. Traveler. We're gonna close all of these. Yep. I think it's gonna be under equipment, right? Larger denominations include the kilo credit and the mega credits. I don't think they ever use kilo credit. It is assumed that the physical credit is minted by the dormant empire of the universe and is virtually impossible to falsify. I like how they're like, listen, don't do forgery, please. Here we go. Standard of living. A traveler living on a planet or orbital for a long period must spend money on their living costs. It depends on the quality of life desired. A traveler who does not live at the standard of quality listed for his social standing risks being embarrassed or even losing his standing. In addition, I think you can buy your way into higher social standing by throwing money around, and it's pretty high. If you're average, your social standing is like 6 or 15. It's like 1,500 credits a month. It's not enough. But if you're like royalty, it's 20,000 plus. Social standing 15. Let me see. Oh, 12, right, is where you start becoming royalty, or is it 14? Those are like 5,000 and 12,000. It's pretty steep. Where is the section on social standing mobility? At social standing 11, you become a knight. Because the Imperium has nobility. It is it has nobles. Pick your poison. You can live with the literal dogs. You can live with a bunch of space lions. You can live with a bunch of goofy trader people who are very odd. You can live with the aggressive vegans who will, in fact, consider you something to be slaughtered. Okay, hold up. I need to explain this, because I don't think you fully understand. I need to pull up Aliens of Charted Space. I think it's Volume 1. It's the obvious one. Listen, I don't want to talk about the psionic aliens right now, but we are talking about the Kree. First off, the Kree are patriarchal, and they're assholes. They're fucking assholes. The Aslan are patriarchal. They still have a thing for guys, but they are... Man, the Kree. Let me see if I can find the section I'm looking for. Because there's like one word I'm looking for, which is how they consider everything that eats meat. If you eat meat, you are a Gnak, which is a meat eater. This is how the Kukri see all other species, inferior, threatening, and only worthy of extermination. The Kukri folktale contains many references to trampling Gnak under massed hoofs of the herds, and they have taken to manifest destiny with them in the story. They are militant herbivores. These motherfuckers will tell you to eat a salad with a gun. Kukri can and do build friendship with non-Kukri, but it's rare, and often on their terms. Gnak, who are subjugated and follow herbivores' diets, are tolerated. Everyone else is on the to-kill list. Here's the most interesting part, right? The Kukri have a need, and that need is, I need friends. I need to hug people. I need to have... It's kind of interesting. Here, I love this part. The Kukri do not deviate from their nature. The Kukri redefine the word hidebound with a strict adherence to tradition and social order. Solo Kukri do not exist. They are seen as being mentally ill and cannot be played by rational people. The Kukri are big. They are large creatures in D&D terms. They operate in groups. What I'm looking for specifically is the section that's like, listen, buddy, you can't play this guy. You can't play a Kukri Traveler. They do offer generations, so if you want to play like in the Kukri land. Oh, yeah, they're claustrophobic. I forgot. They get like really sad about that. Gregarious. Kukri need others of their kind around them at all times. A creature deprived of such companionship is likely to flee to the nearest herd, or wherever they think a herd can be found, or become violently agitated, or all but catatonic. If they are cut off from others by a confined space, the effect is intensified, and checks for both claustrophobia and lack of contact must be made. Like, I'm sorry, man. And if Priya is suddenly deprived of company, must make an average endurance check to cope in the short term, with a DM up to anything of -6 if the incident is very violent. Jesus. If they see his family get hit by a speeding truck, it is likely to flee in panic immediately. Jesus. An effect of -6 indicates the permanent madness. What, are we playing Call of Cthulhu now? In the longer term, who has become an outcast or become lost, may be able to cope if there's some hope of returning to the herd, even as a castless hanger-on. Like, even if you're the fucking scum of society, it's better than being alone. Each day, a difficult end check is made. Success indicates that the Kukri can act rationally and productively that day without penalty. Any negative effect is just a penalty to everything that day. An effect of 6 or worse makes them despair for D3 days. That's a D3, not a 3D6. During which the Kukri will just wander aimlessly, destroy things he has created, and contemplating suicide. Great! I love how there's a whole section called Surviving Loneliness. Kin to the grass. A Kree in the state ceases to be rational is nothing more than wander around nibbling listlessly at vegetation. In effect, he will refer to as non-sentient state of his distant ancestors. Is not certain even if he is rescued. I love how it's like, yeah. Some become kin to the sky. Which I can hit. Jesus, man. I love how fucked up this is. And then the Droin are just as bad. The Droin are just as bad. Hold up. We're pulling up the Droin. Because the Droin are just as bad. First off, the Droin on the cover looks so fucking cool. Hivers look kind of neat. And then you have, oh, there's another human. I guess the humans are in this book. Yeah, who cares? The Droin's big problem is that they need to oi-trip. Is that how you say it? I don't know how you say oi-trip. Well, fuck me. What do we really know? I love how it's like, listen, this book gives you information, but we don't fucking know anything, okay? We just don't know. I need to know how oi-trip is pronounced. Not oi-tip, oi-trip. Just the tip, thank you. It is implied that the oi-trip are that the Droin are like the ancients, the predecessors that made humanity and all those funny species. You gonna show me some fucking results, buddy? This word shows up way too much. I cannot find this. Droin travelers. What I'm looking for is not this. I love how, like, the way this is laid out, it's like you can play in Droin society. As a Droin, you have black skills, which are like skills that are considered with deceit, or alien to the oi-trip-oriented lifestyle, or black skills. And they function, if you have them, the highest skill is a penalty to acting with Droin, because you're not a Droin, you're being weird. I love how they have prediction, and they have like a little section that's like, hey, you wanna fucking do some cool card stuff? You can do some cool card stuff. Where is the section on this again? You have a whole, like, career table. You want to be in a cast... Oh, here we go. The Droin coins. with Y's, not I's. And it's a D66 table. Fuck yeah, I love those tables. And they even give you like little instructions. It's like, hey, read it, have some fun. What I'm looking for is life outside the Oi trip. One coping mechanism observed in orphaned droin is the creation of a pseudo-Croilus. A proper Croilus contains droin of all castes and is in many ways a mini Oi trip. The Oi trip is like the big thing, and the Croilus is like the little thing. Things are done there as they are in the Oi trip, and the situation is comforting. A pseudo-Croilus substitutes outsiders for droin and tries to shoehorn them into roles played by different castes. Thus, the ship's captain is obviously a leader, and the engineer is a technician, which are castes, capital, uppercase, proper nouns. The orphaned droin may be baffled and upset that when these substitute droin do not act correctly for the role the orphaned droin has created for the pseudo-Croilus, but it offers the best chance for long-term survival. I love it. I love that these little kobold babies are like, I need my structure. You are the boss now. I'm not the boss. This is Soviet Russia. This is communism. It's like, no! There are castes, and you go in them. But what is a Croilus? I forgot. Aren't they like... Fucking hell, man. The collapse of a Croilus, real, pseudo, or imaginary, can trigger the urge to undergo Krinatsuchi, which is suicide. We'll get to that. How about we get to that? Show me what Croilus are. Dude, what the why are you like this sometimes? A Croilus is a fraternity. A Croilus would normally be a group of other droin, but events might cause it to have... Okay. Playing a droin can be quite a challenge. For the most part, droin are part of droin society, the company of their Oi trip. But what is a Croilus? Then we gotta look up... This fucking word, man. I like how they say... It's sad. The Croilus is a uniquely social institution. Droin will sometimes leave their Oi trip, but they cannot live without the company of others. Even sports who can function an extended period of time without the proximity of the droin need to know that they have a community to serve and eventually go back to. Those cut off will the words here. However, temporary support can be obtained through the formation of a Croilus. It's a pseudo-family or association in which a droin which exists on a temporary basis. Newly casted droins usually leave their chiafilm to join another. You know what I mean. Anyway, it's Kriniatsu. Is a highly honored ritual in droin society. Those who are no longer useful will undergo or a member of society of the community might be instructed to do so to preserve resources. Those who challenge the judgment of the community's leaders are proven wrong, usually undertake the ritual as the leader's decision, as will leaders whose decision have resulted in disaster. So basically, they're not going to fight it if you tell them no, buddy. The rules say you got it. This is not a punishment, but pragmatic removal of the individuals who can no longer function in the community. It is difficult for outsiders to understand, but to a droin, the community is everything. They cannot leave to find another more to their liking. Someone no longer fits within the community and no longer has a place in the universe. Kinyatsu is a painless ritual of meditation, which takes 6 hours. It is difficult to perform and cannot be done if there are interruptions. The droin can stop at any moment if there's a sudden need for them. But the individual will need to suddenly have a strong need to be alive. This will normally occur only if their community needed them. Fear of death or desire to continue experiencing life will not cause a droin to halt the process of... So, isn't that just fucking kind of neat? Like, one is like, I'll fucking go nuts, and the other's like, nah, I'll just fucking kill myself if I got it, buddy. Got you covered. Like, fuck. Dedication. Anyway, now you know a little more about that. Imagine your weakness being the box. Aggressive vegans like trash, probably. I just like the aesthetics of anarcho-syndicalism. I don't want to think about... Poor guy. He doesn't want to think about the intrinsics of anarcho-syndicalism. But yeah, the Shalonians are kind of like that. Less extreme. They've seen enough species that they're at that point where they're like, we're the best species around, and we are the only ones who can run this shit show that is the universe. You know? They're not assholes about it. But they're not going to let humanity fly their own ships. They're not going to trust you with that. Everyone has their flaws. Upsides, a lot. Downsides, nobody actually likes you when they really have to answer for it. They might like one of you, but the whole system is just like... So you're this community-based society where everyone sort of almost psychically agrees on things. Like you have this community consensus that is extremely powerful. But also you are technically being led by autocrats. Yes. Good luck. Oh, it's just empty, like everything else. Oh, what empty? This place is almost too fucking loud and noisy for me now. She hums quietly, pulling up a canteen and staring at the sticker that drew my attention earlier today. Is she? Oh, wait, here's my chance. I gesture at it with a casual finger. Hey, what's this sticker from? I noticed it when I was getting you water. When I was getting you the Wawas. She looks up at me wearing a poker face. You know, a thing I've done in Call of Cthulhu, right? The thing that makes humanity unique is that they I got this term from Mindjammer. You can scan for consciousness by looking for quantum substrate fluctuations, and that's what I go for. Is the reason the Migo and all want human brains in jars is you can use them because Migo are not conscious. They are just sentient. They react to stimuli and they can pretend to be alive, but they're not. Because they're not alive, they can't cause psionic disturbances, aka quantum substrate altered fluctuations, which are needed for certain cool devices. So they need human brains, because humans are surprisingly good at making them. Theoretically, maybe humans could become psionic, but as far as they're concerned, they're just good in jars. Put a brain in a jar and tickle it a little bit, and boom. Sounds like a hive mind with extra steps. It is a hive mind with extra steps. Because they are still individuals. But also not. The world they come from is the kind of shithell world, you know, where it's like, you end up with a weird evolutionary line by the end of it. You know? It's a miracle they look like people. One of the big things that drove their social change is that they were basically in an evolutionary arms race with mimics, which would pretend to be people. So, you know, it started with just whistles and calls, and then developed into an extremely sophisticated social understanding. After a lot of death. And also becoming assholes in the process. You know what they say, Luigi? You can either be Italian, or you can be from New York. What does that even mean, Mario? There's more countries in the world than New York and Italy. Oh, you got that wrong. That's not a country. Italy isn't a country. Europe is. You mean the European Union, Mario? No, the Europe. I'll be honest. I'm starting to wonder if you actually went to school like Mom told you. Goddamn. Now, what's this sticker from? I noticed it when I was getting you some water. It's just from an old anime I remember watching while I grew up. No big deal. Step 1, get brain. Step 2, put it in jar. Step 3, directly beam furry femboivore into brain. Step 4, unlimited power. See, Arthur gets why these fucking weird fungus insect people are after humans. And you'd be surprised. They make surprisingly good porn. I mean, it's how they get your brain to work, so they're probably innovating. They're innovating fetish in ways we could never imagine. Supercomputers are dedicated to this shit. We are falling behind. We are falling behind. They beat us in the arms race. Goddamn. This song was playing while I was reading about people committing suicide because they're just that lonely. Biologically speaking. Normal human beings can do that without the... Is it biological, though? Go to my Patreon and give me money. That way I can keep telling YouTube to suck it when it comes to words. E621 is keeping up the best as it can. The reason furries are in IT is they want to take over the AI supercomputers and turn them into fetish porn. Into fetish... I don't know. It's the real conspiracy. Everyone's talking about the shadow government. No one's talking about the shadow furries. Jerking their gherkins in the server rooms. Some anime. Visions of that scene and stupid ass leaked photos are bubbling around in my head again. Shit. Well, you know what they say? Someone's gotta start somewhere. Some old anime. Oh, go on, tell me about it. Almost immediately, she leans forward, a sparkling look gracing her rapidly dilating pupils I've never seen before. Her jaw hangs open, slightly, as she scans my face intently. Lee, whispering softly, "You really want to know?" Yeah. Before I can finish the sentence, she moves closer to me and starts assailing me with a literal form of memory synopsis of the show, which is apparently called Gun Damn! It's about people in big-ass robot suits blowing each other up and shit. Sounds kind of rad, actually. Normally, I would immediately check it out, but I don't know. Am I going to make the joke that Phineas, like, actually giant fighting robots are hilariously impractical considering the weaponry we have? It's like, yeah, we could make a big fucking fighting robot, but we have torsion beams that just tear entire planets apart. Why do we need a robot for that? Which is funny, because I already have a scene for her in mind where she basically 3D printed, like, a grapnel suit, like, from Attack on Titan, and it's like, how is this practical? And the answer is, it's not. It's just fucking cool. Actually, Olivia should totally be there to tell everyone, and fighting robots are cool, too. At this point, Amazon thinks the AI supercomputer complex are haunted. The amount of ectoplasm cleaned out daily could fill swimming pools. Normally, I would immediately check out, but I don't know. The passion in her voice as she goes in this long-winded diatribe keeps me interested. I have zero fucking clue what the fuck any of this means, but at this point, I'm just listening to it because I like the sound of her voice. She tells me what the sticker means. Apparently belongs to a faction of guys fighting for their independence or some shit. Hell yeah, fight the power. I assume she's gonna stop at several points when she picks up on an entirely different offshoot. Apparently the show has had like 8 billion different versions of it or something, and she seems intent on explaining in great detail every single one to me. And the irritation that arises that I would normally feel when I'm being yapped at is quickly beaten and battered aside by my growing fondness of Olivia. I'm completely lost in it. A feeling creeps up my neck, one that I'm only somewhat familiar with. I think back to my early reaction of the hit thing. Am I? I don't have time to ponder. Olivia suddenly chokes out a sentence with an irk sound. You okay? I'm fine. I just did the canteen. You need some more? She shakes her head and then lifts it to her mouth, drawing deeply from its waters. Damn, she's chugging that down hardcore. When the fuck is this woman taking a piss? You ain't sweating. Where the fuck does the piss go? You've drank like 5 gallons. Your bladder is not that big. He puts his hands like on the wheelchair armrest and it's like, you better fucking tell me where the piss goes. You got a bag of piss holding in there somewhere? You wearing a diaper? You got a catheter? Is there a portal in there that warps it directly to some fucking sicko's bedroom? Where the hell did that last one come from? Listen, we don't talk about the D-rings. Goddamn. Technically speaking, people generally use D-rings for arms for like pseudo-amputation, but you know what I mean. Do I regret saying stuff like this? Probably. But if you go to my Patreon and give me some money, or go to my coffee and donate some money, you know what? It'll all be worth it. And if you don't, well, you get to laugh at me being a fucking loser for nothing. Or as a wise man once said, subscribe for schnurb. She shakes her head and lifts it to her mouth. Damn, she's really chugging that shit down hardcore. Last time I saw her chug it down like this was the first time we really spoke in the art accounts class. She finally lowers it, sighing out happily. You all good? So where'd I... Actually, I've been babbling about this for too long. Hey, don't let me stop you. I was getting into it. Nah, you're fine. You let me talk about my favorite show. Tell me about yours. That was a fucking question. I just watch IFC, you know that. You don't have any old favorite shows from when you were a kid? I think about it and... Yeah, nah, not really. Wait, shit, there was. I guess there was anime? It was about boxing. I don't remember the name, though, or how I saw it, for that matter. I think it was just some random DVD in a store one time I begged my mom to buy because it looked cool. It was fighting something? Fighting spirit? A memory jolts back into my brain, and I snap my fingers, point at us, grinning. Yeah, fighting spirit, holy shit, you see my little tag signature, right? It's based style off of that. I don't know something familiar about it when I first saw it. No, I like how this woman saw a man upload something that's from anime, and she's like, I must destroy this for my own reckless behavior. I don't think she's as good as you think she is, buddy. Maybe we can watch it sometime next time you're over at my place. Oh, fuck yeah. Her own smirk is rising to a grin. Everyone's smirks rises to a grin. That's all they ever do. They don't widen or grow. They just rise. Hold up. I'm putting this in the fucking calcutron. Oh, show us this at once. Rises to a grin. rises to a grin. I don't know, there's just a lot of specific manners of phrase that come back a lot. And I'm Engie. I'm a jerk. I really feel like I saw this more than twice, but hey. If it gets serious enough, you could always watch Power Raptors with Vinny. I got enough of that from the kid by myself. I'm good. He doesn't like it a lot. I remember when Dad was letting me watch it as a kid. We only got into it because I showed him. That's nice to know. You said your dad was in and out of town a lot for work. What's his job? He's on the contract with DOD. So part of me feels a lump drop in my stomach. Shit, government man? Fuck me. The delinquent inside me is shitting himself. Play cool, D. Damn, there it is. Yeah, I've been working with the Air Force ever since I was a baby. She falls to a neutral expression, glancing away. Normally isn't called out that often, but when he does, it's for a long time. Weeks, even months. Hey, that's gotta be rough. It's not that bad. We can still talk and text all the time. He's just busy. Good. Keeping in touch with the family is important. Why did I say that? You're not in touch with your family, are you? Much more she follows up on. What about your parents? What's their job? So, Phinia, what do your parents do? She would look her, like, dead in the fucking eye and go, like, she's in the news. I was in the news. She's the fucking Democrat. The negotiator. The diplomat taking care of business. Why are you asking me this? And she probably like, I was wondering about your dad. Unless Jacob's your dad. Well, Jacob's just a bodyguard. And this is probably like a decent time to introduce the whole like, actually Shalonians don't have family units. They never did. And now they just have cyber nurseries because it's like, listen, family units provide alternative governmental systems that can undermine the hive mind in ways that are not pleasant. It's not that it actually works. They just don't. It doesn't matter. Family is important. The community is. And as you can imagine, a lot of people hate him for it. Not an easy sell. Because a lot of species do grow up with family connections. They just didn't. And it's like, come on, man. They don't even have last names. Their last name is just where they live. Because it's like your family doesn't matter. Where you are and what you do does. They jab you in the chest. I don't know Fighting Spirit. Hajime no Ippo. It's decent, but the fans are the hardcore type. Well, I'll probably never watch it because I'm getting at that point where it's unlikely I'll do anything that I said I'm going to do. Unless I get paid for it, which will never happen, so consider that a loss. The fans being hardcore I can understand, though. I must have got a look on my face because she looks weird. I live by myself. You do? Oh, God, Olivia, don't use that tone of voice. It hurts. Yeah, my dad's paying for the apartment and stuff. He's, Shit, do I really want to tell her? Fuck. Deflect and hope she doesn't press it. You know, I told you a while ago that I was sent there by myself. What about your mom? I recoil, and she suddenly looks regretful. She died a while ago. It's just me and the old man. Before I can apologize, the Liz mothership starts freaking the fuck out about something, drawing us both out of the dreadful fucking awful conversation we're in. Thank God. What about Olivia's mom? Everyone has dead moms here now. I have a dead mom. You have a dead mom. He slides a knife into Sophia. Damien has a dead mom. Is there anyone else who has any dead moms they'd like to confess to? D, I was gonna sacrifice her for a ritual to turn my friend into a robot. What? It's a Full Metal Alchemist. What? Damien comes bounding over, Liz's head in tow with an armful of tickets, spotting the most exciting pog I've seen him yet. Lord, that's an awful lot of paper. The sight of it alone is enough to knock any lingering funk out of both Olivia and I. Shit, he's got tickets trailing behind him. Liz giggles happily. Damien got the jackpot in Megalomillionaire. You mean that game that fucking cheats? This is probably 1,000 tickets. I'm gonna see... 1,000? Inflation hit hard, even in ticket land, my man. I'm gonna see what it gets to the prize counter. Come on! There he goes, speeding off again. Liz is getting up and following after him with the main body. He glances back and down to Olivia. You done eating? Yeah. Hey, Olivia, I was thinking. Dad was asking if you want to go into the basement with the dog. Why? It's for a cool anime thing. Okay. Inko is like, oh great, they're having a fun family thing. Inko sitting there gormlessly has maddening screaming comes from below. I love that Olivia's doing fun family things with the dog. Since when did they have a dog? Must be new. Fucking, I just love the idea of him sitting there smiling like a dopey idiot while there's this loud screaming in the background. Ah, fun family time. Yeah, I'm done eating. Yikes. I thought we spoiled after that too. We both follow behind Damien and arrive just as he slaps the ticket pile down on the desk, where the clerk sits there looking at him with an expression unlike my dumb fuckface. Damien doesn't seem to acknowledge it. What can I get with these babies? Nothing.
Nothing. You need to drop these on the ticket counter first.
Oh fuck, I forgot. He rushes over to get him counted and look over the option. Some old-ass games for a rip-off number of several thousand. A fucking shitload of candy and plastic trash in the glass case. A bunch of prank-type shit. And the ever-so-present plush counter, which were both licensed and knockoff alike. What is he even gonna get? What is he even gonna get? Liz hums thoughtfully, bringing her head down low enough to tap a finger against her chin as she scans the wall. Oh, probably that mini RC car. Oh, no, the plasma globe. Hey, I wouldn't recommend getting that. Why not? It's plasma. Listen, all I'm saying is the Magnum is better in the original game. He's probably gonna get a handful of candy and leave us the rest. Sounds about right. When he's back, he's handing in the much nicer ticket with 1,247 printed on it. Jesus, he won the Megalo Millionaire jackpot and only got that much? This place is really fucking ripping him off. Damien scans the wall humming. He tries to go for a food pole table that's entirely out of the price range, and which the clerk is quick to point out. He grunts out "Aw, dang it! Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it!" And again swivels right down to the candy. The prophecy comes true. The prophecy fulfilled. Sure enough, he gets a small... Fuck. I'm sorry, but we need to look it up. Come on, UESP has the fucking thing. Come on, it's gotta be in there somewhere. You don't understand this is important. Is this an actual font? Oh shit! That text says something? I love how it's like optional quest and there's like 2. Yeah, I can't find it easy. Shame. I was hoping to get that quote and recite it in full, but I guess not. Oh, Wellington. Let's get to it. The prophecy fulfilled. The bond between a girl and a dog is unbreakable. It is known. Hey, Inko, can you come down to the basement to help us? I'd rather leave this a family outing. You guys can have the rest. I don't really need any of this. I'm good. I might want something. Olivia wheels closer, scanning the wall and humming quietly. I wonder what tickles her fancy when her gaze settles on the plushie counter, and she gets that same wide-eyed sparkle look she did when she was explaining Gundam to me. Whoa, look at that. She's pointing her finger, and I immediately recoil. The fuck is that thing? Some kind of sparkly green fucking blushing long frog thing. Seems to be the last of its species, and as I gaze at it, my hackles start to rise in its primordial need for genocide. It creeps its way up the back of my neck. That one? A kinda wanna tie it to a firework and set it off of a deep fryer. I wanna fucking twist his little head off and cast it into a bit of fire. You guys are rude, but you're not wrong. But you're rude! It looks like the reason we have taxes. I fucking hate its fate. Smug-looking piece of shit.
I gotten used to it. It's been around for years.
Hold up. Hold up. This is the part where I want to talk about. I went to a store. Okay, I went to a store. And in like a section, they had these little, they had a Beanie Boo. They had one fucking Beanie Boo, and it's Cinder. His birthday is October 2nd. And I felt so bad for him, for that one sad-looking dragon who looks so sparkly as hell, that I took him in. Took her in, took it in. See, people complain about fucking pronouns, and I'm like, what gender is this? Cinder it is. Let's be friends, and you will see. I'm the happiest when you're with me. Aww. Anyway, it's not a great design. It's a little, like, purple and green, and then the fucking iridescent rainbow crap. I don't know, man. And then those big sad eyebrows. Oh. But you know what? He gets to... Cinder gets to sit on the nice high shelf with the rest of the good ones. With my Twilly and Zorback plushes. And yes, I lost Zorback's cape. Like a clown. You know, I actually do kind of like the shape of this plush, though. Like, the colors aren't great, but the design itself is adorable. It's got little hands, little feeties. It sits up. Maybe you should sit next to to the Mango Twins, you know. Keep them company. Maybe ride them. There you go. Including Mango now. I got a Blahage when I was at the IKEA once. And I got it with the specific intent of giving it to someone. Just to fuck with them. I don't know if I'll ever meet them. I don't know if that chance will ever arrive. But if it does, I'll have a Blahage. And I will beat them to death with it. It'll be perfect. Trust me. Man, the purple and the green next to Mango's orange, and then the iridescence is like... That's what I like. It starts conversations. Okay? Tell it I hate it. Please tell me you're not actually getting this thing. Wow, it's just like me. The clerk pulls it off the hook and hands it to her. And she looks deeply into its nasty, grimy, shitty little eyes. She sets it in her lap with a smile. Yep, just like me. I'll be honest, I don't know why people are so mad at this plush. I just don't. Damien sneers at it, vitriol pouring out of his mouth, and a man almost shocks. I'm gonna set that fire sometimes. Not if you like having both arms. He doesn't back down. We have two for a reason. They pick back for several minutes while Liz looks at her watch and glances up at them. Guys, it's getting late. I think it's time we head out. I look at my phone. Oh shit, yeah, it is. I'm gonna head to the pit tonight before it gets too late. By the way, for the Ophinia thing, Olivia and Damien do not know that the arcade has been refurbished. They are equally like, wait, you fuckers own this place now? And the answer is, no, you sold it. Your capitalist system said that this business no longer deserves to exist. And we were like, you know, we're already buying up half the fucking town to turn it into social spaces, you know. Wait, you're telling me that 10-minute cities are a conspiracy? I mean, they weren't before they arrived, but now they are. So good luck. You'll be walking everywhere, loser! Cars. No one will ever drive again. Everyone will get buff from walking everywhere, just like my scheme. And then ProZD walks in, and it's an extension of that stupid skit. It's like, actually, this reduced the amount of people that are suffering from cardiovascular problems significantly, and it actually increased the awareness when it comes to problems relating to handicapped individuals and accessibility, and it significantly improved the quality of life around town for everyone. Dang it. I just wanted to ruin people's lives. Yep, I guess you're right. We all start heading towards the exit. Oh, wait, what? Oh, she's purchased it, I guess. I like how Olivia sees herself in this guy, too. You know, this has been a lot of fun. Coming here together for the first time in a while. Thanks for taking us, Liz. She smiles. She smiles, brushing the strand of hair away from her face. It's no problem. Damon turns to us. Me and Olivia, that is. Nodding. Thank you guys, too. I clap him on the shoulder, grinning. Hell yeah, big man, I had a great time. What about you? He shoots me a grin bang with a thumbs up. Even better. I know I was a bit of a mad at first, but I'll admit, it was worth it. We all share a smile and head out into the parking lot where we file into the car, and I do the whole wheelchair rigmarole again, this time carefully. Once we're buckled in, Damien glances back and catches the side of the dreaded plush again, and the argument begins. I'm just saying you should try hiding pencils in its ear until they come out the other side of its head. Olivia's completely curled in the corner of her car, snuggling up to it and resting her head on top of its, smiling, at least until she bites back at Damien. If anyone hurts him, I'll kill ya. Alright, cooling it. Fratricide overstuffed and we'll make a shitty newspaper headline. I just love, I love this, the CG they did for this, by the way, where Olivia's like cuddling up with the plush. It, again, kind of ruins the illusion that this plush looks absurd because they did way too good of a job making it look nice. Okay, I just feel I would die for this little. Oh, let me see if I can find it. It's After Arcade. I would die for this little plush. Okay, if that little plush was in danger, I would jump into a fire. I'd catch a grenade for ya. Because I am a man, and a man has principles. I've also got the knees of an antelope, the horns of a giraffe, the wings of a hen that scuttles through the grass. Oh, okay. I wince anyway as Olivia hugs it tighter, and then Liz speaks up. So do you want me to drop you off at your place? Yeah, let me check the address. Check my address real quick. The deed is done. Liz pulls out of the parking lot onto the main road. The orange glow of the sunset bathes everything from the city to the car's interior in a light that sets, gives the new little photographer in my brain pause. Thanks, Ben. A question rises in my mind for Olivia, and I turn to her, but catching my throat as I see her. She's curled up so peacefully, gazing out the window with scenery going by. I can feel myself going a little red as I take in the sight. Only one word pops into my mind. Adorable. I'll leave her alone. After gym today and all that activity, she must be exhausted. I look away with a smile which slowly fades as I think about the night I'm about to have. Sure, it was exciting. Very much, actually. This is another I'll probably never forget. But tonight's the main event. I shouldn't shake the lingering feeling of the lightning in the I couldn't shake the feeling of the lightning in the arcade. I gotta fight. I have to. Oh, okay. So that's why we immediately get a follow-up. Olivia Jim arc. I don't know why there's an Olivia Jim arc. I don't know why you went for that. Anything interesting in the comments? Hearing D having to beat up Anon is funny. Singing with Anon buff as hell with Lucy. E3 would be a hell of a meeting, though. Just how fucking scary is D? Yeah, we got a bloody knuckled interlude, which we're gonna skip. Oh yeah, he's gonna be knocked out. Like, bad. The Heraclean Ripper. He knows the rules and sticks to me, won't try to kill you. Oh shit, it's a dinosaur. Yeah, so we're getting a fight where apparently things go a little wrong, which is kind of neat because that makes the next one pretty cool. Oh, he invites a... Oh, we're getting some fun stuff. Yeah, I think this is going to be neat. Also, Chapter 12 is not that long, so next Friday we'll probably do Chapter 11 and 12 at once. Thanks for fucking me up, Demetrius. And after that, we got a more standard long chapter. I like the varied lengths. It means that sometimes I get a fun surprise. And that surprise is that this recording is 50 minutes long, and I'm not cutting it up. I'm too lazy.